Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day 39 of this 3-month data analytics bootcamp. Like I said, this bootcamp will last for about 3 months, and today is our day 39. Like always, we used to start by showing our outlines. That's what we are to cover for the day. So today we will discuss about, like always, a recap on what we did on the 38th. Then we'll discuss about Google Form. You too. Okay, thank you, Apia. So, like, if you can recall, yesterday we did discuss about uh, we solved the assignment yesterday of the week of week 5. So that what we discussed, and I believe to see where, if you understand the questions, you will know that this is like when to use a particular formula and when not to. For example, when to use VLOOKUP and when not to use maybe VLOOKUP and use index match. For example, if especially when you are not given any ID, but a criteria was just given to you and you were asked to find someone based on that criteria. So that when you will use index match because you don't have anything about the person, is just a description of what you are to find in the data. So that's what you need to know, understand about the yesterday solution of the week 5 assignment. So today we will discuss about Google Form, and this Google Form has to do with data collection. Like I told you, the first method of this data analytics skills is it has to do with the ask. That is to ask what you need to do, what you need to collect, what you want, and what you need from the employer, whatever. So you need to ask all the stakeholders, you need to ask everything. So you are the one sometimes, this work that you are learning, you are the one sometimes to learn how to collect data by yourself. You are the one to learn that because most of the time nobody will give you the data. Some people will just ask you that, okay, we just want to know for example, the number of loss, okay, the how much we lost in a particular year, or what we are doing, or how much we gained, the revenue we generated, the loss we incurred, maybe the expenditures, the overhead, the recurrent, the capital, whatever they need to know about their company or about their businesses. They will just tell you that. So you are the one. So how can you collect such data? So this is a way of collecting a data, especially nowadays that people are online. So if I ask you, for example, now to create a form that you are going to print that form to collect data using that form, I know each and every one of you know how to do that because you can just design the form from the Excel and print it. You know how to do that. But that's the archaic way of doing it. That is the outdated way of doing it, or the offline way of doing it. And sometimes even now, so many people are using offline method of collecting data. They just go out the questionnaire, filling things, and after that they come back and enter it. After they enter it, maybe they do the cleaning of everything and do the analysis. But now you're going to collect the data online. That's what we are going to discuss about. So you are going to collect the data online. All you need is to share a link from people, so people will fill that particular data survey or questionnaire, all the data you need. Then you download the data, then you start analyzing the data and work on the data. So that's what you need to learn and what you are going to learn today. Because this bootcamp is like a full, complete package that when you are done, you are expected to know all this. So some people will expect you to create this. Since you say you are a data analyst, they can give you a survey. Okay, go ahead, do a survey for us on so things. So nobody will tell you what to do. You are the one to ask yourself, what do I need to create a particular form to collect such data? Now, don't worry, I'm not going to exactly tell you maybe what information you need to put while creating a form. We are not discussing about that in this class. All what we are discussing, I'm just trying to tell you what and what, or how are you going to create this template? How are you going to get the link after you create the template to share the link with people? And how are you going to download the imputed the data, that people just use to, maybe they filled or they provided. How are you going to download the data? And like I told you, every data, almost every data in the world, the end of that data is Excel. That's what I used to tell you this. Every data in the world, the end of that particular data comes in Excel. That is CSV file, and that's what we call comma separated value, and it's another format of Excel. Definitely is Excel. So you just don't want to call it Excel, it's just CSV file. So every database file at the end, you will download it in Excel. So don't worry and don't get confused on anything. Any website you saw in the world, at the end of the day, they download the data in Excel. They work with it in Excel, whatever it is. So you need to be very, very kind of concentrated about what we are going to do today, so that you will learn it from today. You will learn how to collect the data, to create the form, to download the form, so that you will have the data. So I know when I open Excel data for you, nobody will get scared, because you are used to seeing the data and whatever. All you need is to go ahead, start the cleaning, start the working, do whatever you need, do the analysis, and give any report that you want. So that's it. So let me just share the my browser. I'm going to use my browser. So today we are not open Excel, so I'm going to use my browser. So just give me some minutes. Let me just unshare this screen, because there are things I'm working on my, what do I call it? Let me just open new window so that I will use it there with you. I'll just open new window. Let me share the screen again with you. Okay, now can you all see my screen? If you can see it, you can let me.
Yes, sir. Can see your screen.
Okay, okay. So now, um, what you need to do is, if you want to create this, I'll just tell you to what to put. So please, what you need to put is put docs. That's, make sure the browser you are using, you logged in with with your Gmail, which I believe, if you have a Chrome, even using your mobile phone, your Chrome by default is logged with your Gmail, since you put Gmail on your phone. If you are using any browser, whatever, if you go here, for example, you put docs.google.com. If you are already, please, who has this noise? So energy today, you have nuisance. Or just mute yourself. Okay. So this is what you are going to see, if assuming if you are logged in the browser. But if you are not, let me just show you something. Sorry, yeah. So if you are not, this is what you are going to see, docs.google.com. But if you are not logged in, this is what you are going to see. You see, it will ask you to log in using your Gmail. So put your Gmail account and everything, then it will bring you to this. You are going to see this. Please, are you all seeing what I'm doing, please? Let me see it in the chat if you are seeing what I'm doing. Okay. So now, the next thing you are going to do, what do you want me to write, Hafiza? So what you are going to do now is just click on these three dots that you are seeing. Click on it. Just click on it. When you click on it, come here and click on forms. The reason why I'm showing you this, I don't want to take you directly to the form URL or whatever. I want you to learn this as from today, because in the, I don't know, maybe during our sharing, if time permit, we have enough time. When we are dealing with sharing and everything, maybe we will come back to these docs, sheets, slides, and forms. That's why I just want you to come here. Even if we didn't, try as much as we can to explore this, so that you will learn what to do with them. Explore them, please. So, but what we are dealing for today is these forms. Just click on forms. Click on forms. So now, When you click on forms, you are going to see this. So by default, you are going to see this. If you have, or if you already used, you created a lot of forms, you are going to see lots of forms that you created. You see, you will have a lot of forms that you already did. But if you didn't use any form, you can select this blank and start registration. Or you can select this ready-made forms. You see these templates are already made. If you click on any, it will just open it for you. So for example, let me click on this one, that is event registration. So you will see this event registration is just a ready-made form with everything. All you need is to edit and do whatever you want and everything. But we're not going to use any ready-made form. What we are going to do to use is we are going to use blank page because we are to develop our own page form by ourselves. That's what we are going to do. So just click on this plus that you are seeing, click on it as blank page. That's what it says, start a new form. So just click blank. So now, immediately you click on it, this is what you are going to see. This is what you are going to see. So you should take note of what I'm going to show now. Number one, you are going to see this untitled form. Click on it and name your form so that when you come back later, you can trace that form with the name that you gave it. So let's say, for example, I just want to name it, for example, what can we say? Please, somebody should write something that we should put for the name. Maybe the name of the survey we are going to conduct or something like that. Somebody should just write it. No, I didn't say Google Doc. For example, please, docs.google.com. I said docs. That is DOCS. You should write it. docs.google.com. Please just write it. Take the URL. I will send the URL to you. I will send the URL to you. So yeah, I'm going to say Bootcamp survey. Let me just say Bootcamp feedback report. I will just call it Bootcamp feedback report. So let's just click somebody. You see, it will just be saying save. It will be skipping. The form automatically will save itself. You don't need to click on anything. Once you are connected online, whatever you did, even if you delete anything, it will automatically save that particular form for you automatically. So you don't need to click on any save. So I just name it. So now if I come back to my docs.google.com, now if I come back to my form, I go to my form, I'm going to see this particular bootcamp feedback report. That's what I'm going to see. Maybe I can say bootcamp feedback report form, for example. Okay, it will just save itself. So I'll just click somewhere. So it will save itself. So let's just check now. Just call. If you want the URL, you can just put docs.google/forms. If you want that, the direct URL, if you want, but I don't want to show you that. So I don't want to. You see, we have the form here. You see, this is the form. Bootcamp feedback report. This is the form. We created it open 9:21 p.m. You see, we are at 9:21. So the form is open. So you need to rename it. That's number one thing to do. Please do that. So the second thing is to create this particular form. By default, you will see this email will be here because sometimes in as much as people are entering their data automatically, if you don't have Gmail email, if you don't have Gmail, you can't fill this particular form. So definitely you must have Gmail. So by default, if you want, you can change this particular collection of data because sometimes you don't want to collect people's email. You don't want to collect email of people, but sometimes you just want to. But and I don't want to talk about this. Just ignore this. You don't even need to change this or do anything. Please just ignore it for now. Don't worry about that. So the number one thing is, okay, let me delete this form. I think we don't need to put form. Please, let's delete it. So now, since you put the name of the form on top, like you name it here, it will appear here. So the next thing is description. If you have any description that you want to give to the form, just write the description. Okay, for example, this form, this is an online survey that will collect the feedback from all the participants of data analytics bootcamp 1.0 2023. So this is just a description. If you have a lot to put, just write everything that you want to put in the form. Maybe instruction on how people should maybe fill the form. You can put enter and say one, maybe instructions, maybe on how to fill the form. Then you must put kada, you must put this. You see, you must put this. You can write whatever you want as description in the form. Please, you can do that. So the next thing is, and you can also customize the text. I can just highlight it and bold. You see, we have bold here, we have italic, we have underscore, and whatever you want to do, just you can do it, you can put it if you want. So if you want to create automatic number, you just click here, it will just create number for you, see? Then if I'm done with it, I click, it will do 2 by default, you see? It will just keep doing that. So you can customize whatever you want in the description. So this is what you need to know about this. So the next thing is this email. So by default, if you didn't check this email, whoever filled this, it will automatically collect his email. It will automatically collect his email. So we come back to this, we'll come to this particular setting later. So I'll show you how to remove it. You see, if you want, do not collect emails. So if I remove this, do not collect under default, you see this default, I can just collect emails by default. So I'll just say do not collect. So now if you come back, you see, the email is gone. So we are not collecting emails by default. So you can make it like that if you want, but I'll come to setting. We'll talk more on that setting later. So the next thing is to put the number one question. So the normal question we used to ask is full name. So we say full name. So when you say full name, automatically it will bring this short answer for you. Short answer for you. Short answer is what will let people put their names under a particular field. For example, okay, sorry, let me just close this. Let me preview what we are doing so that as we are doing it, you'll be seeing what we are doing. Let me just preview it. Sorry. Let's just preview it. So you see, I just create this full name. You see, now I can write my name. You see, I can write my name inside what this particular short answer that I provided. So we have a lot of them options that you want people to use. So it can be short answer, you use short answer if you want people to write. If you need people to write much text, we'll use paragraph, we use multiple answer, we'll use drop down and whatever. All these, we are going to use some of them all, but don't worry, we'll continue from here. So I just need to use this full name. So I will just create this. So you see, if I refresh this capital letter will turn to small. You see, by default, this is what we are going to see. So let's continue, please. So the next thing after you create this, you select a short answer because you want people to put their name in that inside there. So the next thing we are going to do is you can click on this add question, this plus, click on it to add question. But if what you are going to do still has everything to do with collecting another text from people, you can duplicate the form. Click on duplicate. So I can click on this, it will duplicate. If you want, again, you click it back, you can duplicate again. Maybe I made a mistake, I duplicate 2 of them. Then you can delete this box that you are seeing, this, you see it, recycle bin, just click on it. Then it will get rid of the second mistake that you made to duplicate these 2. So now the next thing you need to know is this required. You see this required. If you click on it, now I just click on it. Let's refresh. You will see black red asterisk here. This asterisk indicates required question. It means you cannot submit this form without writing this answer, without providing the answer here. You cannot submit this form. But if you didn't put this required, then people can submit this empty. Now, if you refresh, it will not have this asterisk. And even if I didn't fill anything, I click on submit, this form will just submit it empty space to your database. So you don't need that. So you need to take required because you want the full name to be what a required and must. So this is the things that I think I want you to kind of understand about this: the duplicate, the delete, the require, and the add. So you see, these are the 2. Please take note on that. So, okay, I didn't use the add. So if I click the add, it will create another question. You see, This is just a question. So I need to provide everything by myself. So I need to put whatever I want. So let me just delete this one that I created. Okay, the next thing is dragging. For example, I want to bring this up, down. You see, we have that dragging. If you can recall in Excel, I told you when Kuso turned to this, you hold left click, you are dragging. You see, I can drag this question on top here. Now I can delete it. Since I click, created new question. The next thing I'm going to put the question. So I'm going to say email. I'll just say email by default. Then it's just automatically put this short answer for me because we are collecting email by what? By default. We want to collect email. We want you to put your email. So I'll just say answer. So we need to collect email. So the next thing is to create, let's say gender. So I'll just click this. Then I will say gender. So when you say gender, automatically there's going to be, you can select this multiple option or checkbox. By default, I'm going to select multiple option. Multiple option is like it will create drop down for people. So for option 1, you are going to put male. That is male. Then you click, it will suggest that is suggestion. If you want to put this, and this, if you want to put female, just click on female. It will put female again for you. You see, it put female up for you. But if you don't want, let me remove it here. You can click add another. Then you can write whatever you want to write there. But all you need to, you can just click here and say, for example, female. Then you write it. Maybe you want to write something, you can write it. So that's what you can do. So please, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? So now if you click this, so these are going to be options. So under gender, someone, a person is going to select the drop down. We all did drop down. You saw how drop down is. So let me just come and refresh this from you. See what we have done so far. So you see, we just create, okay, sorry, it's not a drop down that we just created. It's just a multiple choice question that we created. So this is how multiple choice is. You either this or this. You select this or this. So if assuming we click the drop down, we select the drop down, now we change it to drop down. Then if we refresh the page, so it is going to be a drop down under gender. You see, it will be male, or it can be what? It can be female, male or female. So that is something that we used to do. If we want people to see empty space in this particular column, we need to make the first one to be empty. Then the second one to be male, and the third one to be what? Female. So now if we refresh, you see, by default, the user is going to, he is going to see this. Okay, sorry, let me just delete this option. We need to delete it. We need to leave it empty. Yeah, so it don't want to remain empty. Okay, it's under Excel, I use it. So definitely it's supposed to be choose one. That way you can put here. Choose one. Maybe you can leave it like this so people will just see that choose one if you want them to see it. You see, choose, you see, then choose one, you can just select it. But please just don't put this. I highly recommend don't put it. Just leave it this male and female. Don't put anything like that. So I'm going to make it required also. So the next thing is, let's create another question. We are going to say state of origin. For example, under state of origin, let's say you have the list of all the states. If you want to put all the states, please take note. You need to create maybe drop down. Then you need to bring all the states and paste them here. Option 1, option 2, you need to write all the states. For example, Zamfara, you need to put it. Lagos, you press enter. Kebbi, you press enter. Kano, you press enter. Kaduna, Abuja. You see, you write everything that you want. Write whatever you want. That's for the drop down. But if you want it to be multiple choice, maybe I want it to be multiple choice, I'll leave it like this. If you come and refresh, you see there's going to be all the states. You can just select any state you want, whatever, and it will be like this. So this is this. So we are done with this, and we will make it required. So the next thing that we are going to say that is to answer a question or to ask a question that has to do with yes or no. For example, do you enjoy the boot camp? For example, there is going to be a multiple choice question or maybe drop down, or let me say check box. So I'm going to say yes, no. But normally you cannot use check box. when there is only two options. So we are going to use multiple choice also for yes and no. But there is a question. Let me show you the question that you can use checkbox is question that you can ask people to select multiple choice that when you use checkbox. So for example, I say select your best functions slash formula. So you see, by default, since we say select, you are going to use checkbox. So you are going to say, for example, if formula, for example, we can say if and, for example, we can say percentage, we can say average, count ifs, index, match, look up, like this. So if you refresh now, so a person can select up to more than one. He can select this. Someone will select everything. Someone will select two. So that's what this checkbox is all about. So the next thing is you can put whatever you want. Now, so far, I've shown you whatever you want. Just go ahead and keep creating the way you want to select everything. The next thing is where to see the responses. You are going to see responses from people under here. But before that, you need to share the link. How do you share the link of the form? When you are done with everything, you select everything, you are going to click on this send. You see this send, you are going to click on it and click on this middle one. That's the URL. So now you can select this long URL, or you can click on shorten URL. You can short the URL. You can short it now here. So you can short the URL now. So just copy the URL. Now I'm going to use the URL somewhere. So I'm just going to paste it inside the incognito. So this is how the form will look like. You see, this is what people are going to see. They can just start filling it and do whatever they want. But before then, I just want to show you something. We'll just go to setting. Let's just do some things in setting. Now I'm not going to teach you how to create a quiz. This is not a quiz. So we are not talking about this quiz. We're not talking about this. So the next thing is this responses. Collect email. I say do not collect. So we are not collecting any email. Send respondents a copy of their response. If you want to send a copy of the response of the PMO, of the users or of the response, the copy of their response, you want to send it to their emails. You need to select. You must make this to be this. You must collect their emails by default. Then you can select always or when requested. But if you select do not collect email, you can't use this option. The next thing is allow response editing. If you want people to edit their response after submitting, you can just click allow response editing. They can edit their inputs. But if you don't want them to edit, by default, don't want anyone to edit his response, just click here. You cannot edit it. Then this require this kind of limit to one response. If you want a person to restrict the form to be limited to only one particular person, for example, if I use my phone to fill the form, I cannot use that phone to fill for anybody again. So all you need is to click here. You see, just click on this response so that you restrict it to only one person. But if you want people to fill for other people, just leave it like that so that you can help other people to print it like that. So all this show progressive. Okay, let me just talk about this confirmation message. So this confirmation message is what people will see after they submit the form. All you need to is to click on this edit, then write what you want people to see after they submitted the form. I will just say, thank you for filling this survey form. That's all what I want people to see. Then you click on save. So that's all. So view results summary. Share results summary with responder. No, I don't want to. Okay, yeah, I will not untick it. Show link to submit another response. Yes, I want people to see a link to submit another response. Maybe they want to fill it for their family. So all this, don't touch anything. You are done with everything. Now we are done with this. So let's talk about this sharing of the link. Just click on send. Then I will just click here, shorten the URL, which will just be like this, copy it. Now I'm going to, let me just go somewhere. Sorry. Yeah, let's come back. So let me just come here. Let me enter another browser. let me open another new window. So I'll just paste it because I'm going to fill the form and send it so that I will show you how to download the response of people. Yeah, so let me just show that to you. So let me just fill the form. So now I have the mail, so I'll just fill the form very, very fast. So I'll say Ahmed Aminu Ahmed, then email Ahmed Aminu Ahmed at gmail.com. Then here I will select mail. I'll just put mail. It'll just come out. Say Zamfara. Do you enjoy the bootcamp? I'll say no. Okay, let me see. Someone will say, even him, he didn't enjoy it. So I enjoy it. So I'll just select these three. They are most I want. Okay, including percentage. So then I will submit. So just click submit. So when you submit the form, you are going to see that thank you for filling this form. You see, we are going to see that if I want to submit another response, I'll just click submit another response. Then it will bring me back to the form. Then I can submit again. So, but I'm not going to submit again. I'm just going to close this window. We'll come back to our window. You see, by default, we have one response. You see, we have one response. So now this is the response. You can just go ahead and see what you have done. But if I want to download it, just click this three dots. You see, just download responses by, you see, .csv. I'll just click on download it by CSV. You see, it's going to be like this. Then I'm going to open it inside a zip folder. When I open it inside a zip folder, this is a bootcamp file. I'll just open the Excel file. So just wait for it. You'll see it. It will be an Excel file where you are going to see the response of all the people that filled the form. This is where we are going to stop in this class for today. And don't worry, we have some few seconds to go. If you have a question, ask it in the group. I'll just read it in 2 seconds. You see, there's the file. Yeah. So this is the file. You see it. This is the file, and this is my response. So I say this timestamp is here. So Ahmed Amino Ahmed, you see it. That's my name. That's the email, mail, this, yes, percentage. These are the formulas that I selected. You see. So if I ask you to remove this, how do you categorize this formula that you selected? You know how to do it. That's why I teach you text to column and whatever, and that's all. So even if it's 200 people or 1 million people, you are going to see 1 million people in this database that you just what downloaded. So that's all, and this is where we are going to stop. So if you have anything, you can ask. If you don't, we can call it a day. And good night. So you don't have any question. Thank God. We only have some few seconds. So I think I'll just share the video with you so that you go ahead, watch it, and try to do a lot with it. No question. Yes, please. Oh, no. In the chat. No question.